Hello everyone, welcome to the test review for topic 8A. This is part 1 of a 2-part video, so this is the first page, 1 through 11. If you need to see 12 through 20, please see part 2 of this video. Let's get started. So number 1 says to classify negative 7x to the 5th minus 2x to the 4th minus x cubed by degree. So to classify it by degree, we're looking for our leading term, which is negative 7x to the 5th, and it has an exponent of 5. So an exponent of 5 means that this is a quintic polynomial. And so that is classifying it by degree, is finding that name quintic. Looking at number 2, it says classify x to the 4th minus x cubed minus x squared plus 11 by number of terms. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms, and so 4 terms we call a polynomial of 4 terms. And then number 3 says to write 2x squared times x squared plus 4x cubed in standard form. So to write it in standard form, I am first going to distribute this 2x squared. So 2x squared times x squared gets me 2x to the 4th. And then 2x squared times 4x cubed gets me 8x to the 5th. Now this is not standard form because we want to have our leading term written first. And our leading term is always the largest exponent. So in standard form, this would be 8x to the 5th plus 2x to the 4th. Now moving down to my next section, it says consider the leading term of each polynomial function. What is the end behavior of that graph? So on 4, 5, and 6, we are going to look at if our leading term is positive or negative, and then if the exponent on the leading term is odd or even. So looking on number 4, my leading term is negative 4x to the 7th, and it is negative. We can see from the negative sign in front. And then 7 is an odd number. So based on negative and odd, we know that this is going to run up and down. You can also write it up and down. Okay? Looking at number 5, my leading term is 2x to the 4th. That is a positive 2. And then my exponent is 4, which is an even number. So a positive even means we're going to go up and up. Also write it up and up. Looking at number 6, my leading term is negative 4x to the 4th. So that is a negative number in front. My exponent of 4 is an even number. So negative even means we're going to go down and down. Also write down and down. Now moving on to our next section. For 7 through 11, it wants us to simplify the expression. So number 7 is an addition problem. We see that from the plus sign. So all I have to do is find my like terms. So you notice you have an X, Y, and a Z. All right, we have different letters in this. So we are going to write this in alphabetical order is how we're going to write it in standard form. Standard form is alphabetical order, and then for each letter, it is from largest exponent to smallest. So I'm going to start by looking for my x's. I have a 2x here, and I'm combining it with a negative 4x. So 2 plus negative 4 is negative 2x. After x comes y, so we're going to combine negative 9y and negative 2y, and that will be minus 11y. And then I am simply left with a negative 4z and a positive 9z, which combine together to be a positive 5z. Looking at number 8, this is also an addition problem. So again, I'm just going to find my like terms, and we're going to, find my like terms, and we're just going to combine them. So the largest exponent I see is a to the 5th, so we'll start there. So 2a to the 5th and negative 5a to the 5th, that is going to be negative 3a to the 5th. A to the 5th, next should come a to the 4th. The only a to the 4th I see is this singular a to the fourth, so we're just going to bring him down. So plus a to the fourth. Next will come a to the third. I have a positive 2a to the third here and a positive 3a to the third here. So 2 plus 3 is 5a cubed. And then next will come a squared, but I do not have an a squared, so we will just simply skip over that term. And then after a squared will come a, so I see an 11a right here, and I see a negative 4a here. So 11 minus 4 is going to get us 7a. And now we are just going to go to our constants, so I have a 5 and a negative 9 here, so we will say minus 4. All right. Excuse me. Now on number 9, it wants us to subtract these two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this negative and I'm going to distribute it into all three of my terms. And that's essentially going to flip the sign of each. So positive 11x squared is going to become negative 11x squared. Negative 6y squared is going to become positive 6y squared. And negative 4 is going to become positive 4. And now I can combine with this first polynomial, just combine like terms. So starting with 10x squared, all right, since we have an x and a y, again, we're just going to go in alphabetical order. 10x squared, negative 11x squared is going to get me negative x squared. 6y squared plus 6y squared is going to get me 12y squared. And then 3 plus 4 is going to get me plus 7. Simple as that. Now on number 10, we are multiplying x minus 3 times negative 3x cubed plus 4x plus 3. I am going to solve this using the distributive method. If you prefer the box method, also known as the area model, you are welcome to do that as well. So I'm going to start by distributing my x. So x times negative 3x cubed is going to be negative 3x to the fourth. X times 4x is going to get me 4x squared. And then x times 3 is going to get me plus 3x. Next, I'm going to distribute my negative 3. Remember, that's a negative 3. So negative 3 times negative 3x cubed is going to be plus 9x cubed, because negative times negative is positive. Negative 3 times a positive 4x is going to get me minus 12x. And then negative 3 times positive 3 is going to be minus 9. Now I just need to combine any like terms I have. We'll write our answer in a separate color. So the large exponent I have is negative 3x to the fourth. So we'll start with negative 3x to the fourth. Get rid of him. My next exponent should be to the third, so I only have a 9x cubed, so plus 9x cubed. Then next will be x squared. I only have 1, so we'll just write plus 4x squared. And then I have two x's, so I have a positive 3 and a negative 12. Those combine to be negative 9x. And then negative 9, we'll just move him over. So this is my final answer, negative 3x to the fourth plus 9x cubed plus 4x squared minus 9x minus 9. Now number 11, this is a two-part question. You need to multiply these two sets together, so 11x plus y and x minus 11y. Multiply those two together. Then multiply x plus 11y times 11x minus y. Then distribute the negative and do the subtraction. So I'm going to start by multiplying these first two binomials. So 11x times x is going to get me 11x squared. 11x times negative 11y is going to get me minus 121xy, because x times y just gets you xy. And then y times x is just plus xy. Y times negative 11y is going to be minus 11y squared. Now we're not doing we're not distributing the negative just yet, so we're going to say minus, and in parentheses we will multiply this guy. So x times 11x will be 11x squared. X times negative y will be minus xy. 11y times 11x will be plus 121xy. And then 11y times negative y will be minus 11y squared. Now that I have done all of my multiplication, I can, I can distribute this negative. So again, we will switch colors to do that. So distribute the negative 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we'll get minus 11x squared now, plus xy, minus 121xy, and plus 11y squared. Get myself a little more space. So now again, we'll switch colors one more time. I'm gonna combine like terms. So x squareds, I have a positive 11 and a negative 11. 11 minus 11 is 0, so that simply goes away. I'm going to skip over the xy because there's a lot of those going on. We'll do him last. Then I have a negative 11y squared and a positive 11y squared. So same thing. 11 minus 11 is 0. So these simply cancel. I'm going to combine these like terms on both sides. Then we will combine them together. So negative 121 plus 1 will be negative 120 xy. Same thing over here. Positive xy minus 121 will be minus 120 xy. So negative 120 minus another 120 xy is going to get me negative 240 xy. And that is going to be my final answer because everything else canceled out. So that is going to conclude part 1 of this review video. If you need to see the backside 12 through 20, please see part 2 of this video. Have a great day, y'all.